Stellar Lounge with your host here, the Cosmic Messenger, aka Derek Pennett, Lightbody Technician, Reiki Master Teacher, and Metaphysical Activator. It's a pleasure to have you here. This show is all about multidimensional living so that we can deconstruct and go through the mechanics of quantum ascension and what it means in all realms of metaphysical, spiritual awakenings, awareness, spirituality as a whole, self-awareness, so that we can embody ourselves in the fifth dimensional vortex, raise our frequency, and then access our highest selves. There is no subject that is off limits, from star beings on other planets to your highest self in your Merkaba spin. We will cover everything under the cosmic spiritual sun. So thanks for being here today, everyone. What an amazing portal we had on 11/11, November 11th, right? Such a powerful influx of 12th dimensional frequencies and templates. So the 12th dimensional templates, what are those? They are the templates for everything under the cosmic spiritual sun. So let's say for the 12th dimensional templates of how to completely release all fear, or to access your essence self, or the astral planes, right? Or embodying all separation and lack being removed from your field. Anything. It could be really long cellular networks that connect into our past lives, journeys on other planets. It brings in those highest dimensional, 12th dimensional templates, which are the 12 dimensions of incarnational reality. And it comes in with photonic light, so it can illuminate everything that we need to shift our core root patterns so we can be the ultimate versions of ourselves. So that comes in every single year on the 11/11 gateway. It allows the plasma in our body to be re-biomorphed so that we can change our experiences and create the ultimate multiverse. Time was so quantum that day, just so much moments in the now. So you got that 11/11 gateway. This is all going to be a segue leading into my subject that I'm talking about today. In the evening, with myself and my partner, Hillary Raven Porter, here at the Star Temple where I'm filming right now, we have Galactivation Central. We have both of our businesses operating. We did a Sacred Heart Tamiana group healing in the evening time, which was absolutely profound and transformational. It was a metamorphosis event. Add that into the gateway, well, we might as well add even more. So my partner Hillary is, she's trained me. She was my teacher for Sacred Heart Tamiana. And the second wave downloads, the first set of wave downloads I think was in the mid-2000s, and then there's a second wave that is coming through to unravel the mysteries and the majestic abilities and skills that go with this amazing full spectrum healing modality. How does it function? What does it do? There's so much more to it. So she is getting second wave downloads, and one of them was within the Tamiana branch. We have a whole bunch of services that we offer, that I offer, and one of them is one that has been birthed recently. Is called the Pleiadian Star Code. Pleiadian Star Code. What an amazing title. And this comes from various, like Tamiana originated from various star nations, that it's ancient healing modality that's now come forth through the Pleiadians, and is bringing the medicine in here today. So we tested out the session on each other. She gave a session in the afternoon and I received one. And these are definitely advanced protocols and advanced treatments and sessions. So as we test them, we're able to give them on each other and then figure out what they do, how we receive them, and then what we can share with the public with all of the different medicines that come up as we're working with the modality, right? And then sit with it for a period of time before it gets fully launched. It's incredible. So I'm going to tell you all about what came through, especially the first session. When I work with people, the medicine comes through about you catered to your being. When myself and my partner first test something out, I receive a lot of downloads also about how the modality functions at its core root, right? What comes into play. So I'm going to go through all of those medicines today, and we're going to share a little bit about Pleiadian Star Code, but I do have to put a clarion call out there. This one is definitely not for people who are just starting out, for beings, earthlings, other planetaries and metaterrestrials who are at the very baseline of 3D just going. It's very advanced protocol, session, and treatment. So I'm calling all luminaries, visionaries, starseeds, light workers, grid workers, anchor points, and beings who are really far along on their metaphysical path, rising and raising their frequency, or they've worked with me for an extended period of time. It's amazing. So check this out. So I'm not going to go through all of them, but basically with the original Tamiana, so we got these pucks here, right? And they're circular, and they have symbols on them. Each one of them has a name and a symbol. So these are the Pleiadian star codes, hence colored in the, hopefully I'm the best with the colors, the metallic blue. So the first Tamiana foundational, you have 7 planes of existence like your chakras, and they're colored as such, and they go up the body, up the sides of the treatment table. You could also do this laying on the floor as well too. And then you have the Antakarana, which is the next session that got birthed, and that goes above the head. And that's 7 more upper planes of existences. Then after that, you have Gaia code, which is metallic green color, another set of 7 symbols that goes under the feet. Each one progressively gets more intense, more powerful, more transformational. These are metamorphosis sessions. Then after that, going across the top, right, 1 puck at a time, 1 to 7, and then on the bottom of your feet, you got another set of 1 to 7 in the other direction. 4 crystals. They get activated, so they're quartz, and one goes on number 1 on the symbol and number 1 on the other end, so that they're crossing in an X, as well as the original 7 foundational planes going through the body, right? The language that comes through that Hillary's also working with is amazing. So I'll pronounce them the best I can, but we got sorta, right? Like light languages from other dimensions. I'm not going to go through all of them. We got squina, these beautiful symbols, and we activate them. We hold a grid around you and go through that vortex. I'm still learning them. Suek na chiecha. Hopefully I'm pretty close to what it is. Suorna, the heart plane, and so forth. This session was so powerful, so we did it on the 11th, and I'm still feeling the effects today, and probably well after the fact that the video has been posted, because my sessions 2 to 4 weeks post-session. But this advanced protocol is for beings, so if there's any light workers out there that want to really get the voltage going and do some serious work, and they're like, I need somebody who can meet me at the plane that I'm working on, because a portion of all ascension work is us taking action and doing it ourselves, but it's also about integrating stuff that we can't do totally on our own. We have to be in a full receptive state, which means going to a class, say like Kundalini Yoga uses an example lots, or you went to a gong healing, right? But then finding somebody who can bring in those accelerated frequencies. I'm here for you. I do local and long distance. And the distance stuff will be will always be live, and we will do it in real time as well too. So Pleiadian star codes, I want to talk about some of the medicines that come through. I basically got the sheet of the downloads that came through from the session, so I'm going to go through them really quickly with you as well too. So basically on the very first plane, we'll call it the Pleiadian Codex level 1, right? We have a Merkaba spin factor, which comes in at the alteration and the reversal. So all of us are spinning in the wrong direction from about 25,000 BC, which is Atlantean, the fall of Atlantis. And for surely by 9500 BC, roughly, when new invasive gridworks were placed on Earth, it messed up our Merkaba spin. So it's spinning in reverse. And you have to do a protocol once a day, every single day, for it to spin back in the right direction. That's a tremendous amount of dedication, right? Unless we rewire the Earth's grid to return to its original status. Because our inner Merkaba, the star tetrahedron, sacred geometry links to the one on Earth and then out to the solar system and the stars. It's all united. So it reverses it. I've only seen 2 other protocols and used 2 other protocols that do that, and do it very efficiently and very well, so that it lasts for a 24-hour to 36-hour period. One is Drunvalo Melchizedek's book, Sacred Geometry, I think it's volume 2. It's got a protocol in there, a method, guided meditation, and a Maharic Seal meditation from the Voyager book as well too. This one does it as well. It's super awesome, because usually when we're activating Tamiana, it makes a triangular grid. with the crystals, and then the hands go over top. With this one, we're actually spinning it in both directions, and then the call was to go through and throw it that way. So if you get somebody to tune in with their consciousness as well too, whoa, super powerful. So now it spins the correct way. It also connects us, this first plane, into the networks of all of the star temples that exist in the Milky Way galaxy. How awesome is that, right? Places you may have been before, places you might want to go to. So we can bring in those insights, bring in those wisdoms on how we can expand not only our multiverse, but our consciousness. It accesses the fourth stage of the light body. So I might bounce around with the light body a little bit, because different parts of Tamiana modality access different stages of the light body. And you have 12 stages, 12 strands of DNA, 12 dimensions of incarnational reality, the 12 archetypes in astrology, right? 12 months in the year, etc., etc. I know there's a 13-month calendar with the moon as well too, but base 12 is very, very important. And so the fourth stage of the light body is primarily when you're getting into the etheric planes more, and you've basically awakened, but now you're starting your ascension process, and you're just at the entry level going into it. It dissolves all holographic illusions, holographic inserts, matrix ploys, and little, what do we want to call them, when they set up like little hooks inside of beings to attempt to maneuver the mental sphere. And then it removes the lower astral plane. That's what I was looking for. The fourth dimensional, the lower form, the invasive form of the tagging that can occur on that. Gets rid of all of them through multidimensional timelines. So this is like right off the bat. We're not just like going in there a little bit and removing a little bit of fear that you had for something, or a different pattern that you brought up, or a situation that you're working through, or some drama. It's going right in there and pulling that stuff out en masse. Hence why it's for beings who have done sizable amounts of work. This is an accelerator, and I absolutely love the session. So the second plane of existence, as well with the one we called Squina, that is the ultimate hemisphere rebalancer. So the hemispheres of your mind, the masculine and the feminine sides of the body, and as well as the intellectual and the creative sides. It takes all of it, plus the mechanics of how we move and navigate with our gravitational fields, and how we communicate with spirit on a very deep level. And it goes in, and it not only uproots them and uplifts them, but it recalibrates them. You're going to feel like a completely new being if you go through if you did multiple sessions of this. So much in your multiverse will shift. This also has, we've heard of divine masculine, feminine templates inside of ourselves, and like merging the entire spectrum of what that is. These are the master templates, the ones that oversee it all. So we're getting into universal consciousness at this point. It also brings forth ninth dimensional axiotonal lines. So those are for connecting into plasmamorphin. So the idea of manifesting something out of nothing, which really isn't that way. You're taking those particles and that essence, and you're bringing it into the most tangible holographic form of biological reality. The axiotonal lines also are all the grid lines inside of ourselves that connect all of our different energy bodies together. So our astral twin, our etheric double, our light body, our Merkaba, the sacred geometry around us, the auric field, right? Our chakras, the fifth dimensional chakra system, the 72,000 meridian points that we have on our body. Ancient Tibetan knowledge, wild getting that number from the cosmos. All of those have axiotonal lines between each of the systems, which then hold those grid networks together and then connect us to all of the stargates and Templar sites and axiotonal lines on Earth, and all the vortices as well too. And then the primal light currents come in. Primal light currents. We're talking 13th, 14th, and 15th dimensional primal light currents. I'm still absorbing that one into my being for advanced universal psychic surgery. When you have a session, primarily with myself, psychic surgery occurs quite regularly. That's where your guides, my guides, come in on the astral plane or other transdimensionals, and they help out and they do some work when the standard third dimension or fifth dimension energies that I bring in are needing some extra assistance, and they work on a different time and space sequence. So this is the next layer up, right? And that's all housed in the 13th to 15th dimensional vortex as well too. So the third plane of existence, we've now moved up, solar plexus area mixed in with Suek Na Chietcha. Should I hear Hillary on here? She could totally go through the words perfectly. So the third level of the Pleiadian star code, the third codex, is it is a supreme aura protector and enhancer. So your aura just goes really big, which for some people might be a little too much right off the bat. However, for those that have done some work and need it, what an amazing tool to have. Or you take some other Tamiana sessions first and you work your way up to that point. And it also is a protector, so it keeps our outer shell completely balanced and robust and strong and radiant in the nervous system as well too. And it gives you a full scan of your aura as well too. A very quick one, then you come see me for an aura scan rebalancing, right? We go from there. And it's also, this plane, this codex, the third one, is the producers of the cosmic goddess lightship. They're the ones that fund it, that produce it. The guardians of the great cosmic mother. And the guardians, the records for those guardians. And it combines all of the collective star karma throughout all time and space and in all dimensions. Imagine the amount of information to assimilate that's just going to come straight through. It's pretty amazing. And then the builder of photonic lasers. So we have lasers on this planet. We use them for various things. We use them to read discs. People watch movies off of them. They use them to cut things and do different stuff. That is only the beginning of where they can go. Photonic light, the light that comes in from Alcyone, from our central sun, that gives us an overlay of our ascension process. It's transparent in nature, but you can still see it. That is an advanced laser technology on a whole different plane. And with the right source code, and I'm not, for myself, violence in any factor, weapons of any sort, are not necessarily, unless it's for pure survival from something attacking you in the wild, we got to be very, very careful, or an extreme situation of an invasion, which is a very rare case scenario. These lasers, if used correctly, can then be more controlled so that you can create impact but not affect everything else around its field, right? If you had to go down that route, and once in a while, this is definitely Pleiadian medicine. I did a workshop recently where we talked about all this, and one of the groups in the Pleiades is all about that. Once in a while, you have to step forward and you have to stop the tyranny for what it is, because something got so extreme on either end. It's like the great rebalancer, right? It's a very interesting situation, but with these lasers, we can also use them for very advanced technologies. We can use them for realms of superconsciousness on starships, and also for demolecularizing, that's a big word, all of the particles inside of us. We can also do this purely with our consciousness as well too. And then this also access, which is beyond what we're doing in this lifetime, the 12-strand DNA, it accesses the 24-strand complex, which there's some grail lines on this planet that have the potential to go down that route. Strand 30 to 48 is Ascended Master Zone, so Christ consciousness, Jewel, Cool, all those beings. Okay, so Madase Sa, heart chakra. The fourth one is mixed, because these are all intermixed as we're doing the crystals around the body. You got a big square around you. This is Suorna, and this is the foundational symphonies, sound, and the birthing of love frequencies. Where those love frequencies birth from, and all of the symphonies of the sound that they're made of, where they come from and how they form. There's a bee in the symbol, which also looks like a heart, for birthing. The vertical access enhancements for all of our arc lines, that's part of the Kundalini technology. We have different arc lines on our body. The feminine form has more. When you see like the halo going upward around the head, right? I get visions of other ones coming through. These are the key points for our arc lines. Energetic strands is what they are. So it brings in enhancements for those as well too, because if we have our body, which is an engine with all of these parts, what happens if we don't take care of it? It's not operating correctly. Once in a while you're missing some parts. Transdimensional travel, so this plane accesses 4th level codex, accesses the 8th dimension, so you can do transdimensional travel within this universe. And you have no boundaries to where that goes. Pure self-love, so this is pure self-love. We all know about what self-love means, but from an oversoul. So it's a little bit longer, I'll explain it to you. Pure self-love from your oversoul's twin soul counterpart on parallel timelines. So there's Earth, and then there's parallel Earth on another timeline. Your oversoul has 144 parts. Some of those parts are on parallel Earth. And then you incarnate with six pairs, and they're all twin souls, and they go into different time sequences, about 4,000 years apiece from each other, ahead and backwards from where you are now. But it's all quantum, and it's all simultaneous. Whoa, that's some deep stuff. 5th plane, we are going into Tia Nopa Suosa Tati. So this is the seal of the seal of Amenti and the Maharic seal activation. Getting the 12th dimensional templates, the 9th dimensional templates, moving and breathing. That is the access grid to you, your multidimensional self. The galactic portions of you, galactic cord as well. And the seal of Amenti is helping open up the gateways, because the seal was placed to protect us because some of our stargates on Earth got taken over, right? Dun, 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 just making sure I'm going good time-wise. Maharic seal activation, meta yoga assimilation, so yoga on a whole nother level. All freedom templates and every cell message from all of existence, and the light language downloads, where they come from. Every cell message from every plane of existence, that's wild. Then we go on to the next plane, the third eye mixed in with the sacral, and that plane, the codex for plane number 6 is called Shakopo. And this brings in the living breath before manifestation of the mental, the breath before the mental comes out. All of your core root patterns, not core root patterns, all of them simultaneously. The mirrors and their secrets, because this plane is fully transparent. Nothing can hide here. All will be seen. The realms of ultra consciousness, that's the divine mind. Consciousness, super consciousness, ultra consciousness. The 11th stage of the light body, the near fully activated, ascended master, fully integrated humanoid. The 7th dimensional portals and stargates to Gaia, Earth 3D, Tara, our cousin in 5D, and then Gaia in 7D, and Andromedan energies. The last plane is called Satachuo Shak Kati. And the moment of choice, to incarnate or to not. The 7th codex of the Pleiadian star code. Your decision to incarnate or not to. The full light, this is also the full light spectrum beyond 3D time. So everything, we see this narrow bandwidth, beautiful and amazing. You do a bunch of ascension work, you see more and more and more. This is all of it at the other side of the veil as well too. And divine, this is where you access your divine purpose and mission. Oh, I woke up and I found my mission. And then there's your divine mission. And the realization and the encoding and the embodiment inside of you. The connector grid lines to all of the harmonic universes. All 5 harmonic universes make up our one universe that we have, that we know today, that we live in. It accesses all of them, and if there's more in other universes. And as well as moi, M-U'-A, the original spoken phonetic language of the Milky Way galaxy. The very first spoken language. Feel that, and you get to resonate with it. So that's just a little bit about what the Pleiadian star code does. Of course, you get full spectrum healing. It helps you with all of your emotions, spiritual body, mental body, physical body. It helps you integrate so many different medicines. It's even larger than what this message today is bringing towards to you, wherever you're located. It rewires the nervous system. It helps with kundalini adjustments, right? Physical pain, anxiety, stress. But primarily, it's working with what we presented with you today, and there'll be even more coming out down the road as more medicines come through. Thank you, everyone, so much for listening today. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I am the Cosmic Messenger, and you have been watching the Quantum Cafe and Interstellar Lounge. My link will be down at the bottom of the video here at the end. Please visit my webpage and reach out. I do 3 free 30-minute curiosity chats if anybody wants to chat on the phone. If it's long distance stuff, I understand. We can also do it via email as well too. You can ask any questions about my service, talk about your adventure, and we can figure out what session works wonderful for you. Pleiadian star code, another dimensional template, session, modality to access the greatest parts of your essence self. Have an amazing day, everyone. We'll be back, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.